I think riding motorcycles made my life better. Since I ride and since I have more and more motorcycles to ride, I'm just happier. And I think people would just think less and make what makes them feel happy. And if something like motorcycle riding makes you happy, makes you smile, makes you think of it, and you should just do it and not think too much of the people that say you shouldn't, or that's dangerous, or that you're spending too much money. You should just do it. Hi, I'm Domitilla, 28 years old. I am from Bologna, currently living in Verona. And here in Verona, I started a Women Motor Bootcamp. I've got into riding because I always saw my parents riding. Both my mother and father are riders. My mother actually got her motorcycle before she got a car when she was 18. And that, I think, inspired me a lot at the beginning, and also living in the environment that's Bologna and Emilia-Romagna, where engines are very present to everybody's life. You're kind of into that engine mood. And I got interested, but I had to wait until when I was 24 to really realize that I wanted to get a license and buy my own motorcycle. I'm a country girl. I was born in the surroundings of Bologna, where it's normal to have a motorcycle. Not that much dirt, but most road motorcycles. And I was living in a valley with a lot of famous roads around. So over the weekend, you will always only hear these roars of engines running, and that inspired me at the beginning. So my first motorcycle was a 883, very nice one, a new bike. And then I sold it 2 years ago to buy a Scrambler, a 90 Scrambler. There is actually a sort of a love story with that motorcycle, because me and my boyfriend met at the event where they were launching the 90. So when I realized that we were kind of done for each other, so I realized that I wanted to buy that motorcycle. I think this year is time to go back on a Harley now. I started road riding, basically road motorcycling, just about 5 years ago from now. About 3 years ago, I discovered off-road, enduro riding here in Italy, and I just loved it. So I switched kind of my time on the motorbike from being 100% on the road, from being 50-50 with enduro and road riding. And just last year, I did my first motor rally race, which was a lot of fun. And I just like that I can combine riding, but also sport. So I use my muscles, I have to train for it, I have a goal. And so it's kind of, I ride my classic, so vintage motorcycles, I ride my Harley on the road, but also over the weekend, I just go and train with enduro. I started working in events when I was very young, like press launches, exhibitions, and I liked it. So when 2 years ago, I realized that we were missing something like you have in the United States, like Babes Ride Out, or some like female-friendly motorcycle event, for me, it was natural to just say, well, I just want to do it. I know how to organize events. I'll just try to make that happen. Because of my boyfriend, that we basically worked together, that he was very supportive with the idea of creating a women-friendly event over here. And actually, I have to thank him, because otherwise it wouldn't have been the same, absolutely. The bootcamp is a new event over here, because we didn't have anything like that in Italy. And our idea is to combine motorcycles and also airplanes, different worlds, very different worlds, and it also include people that don't have any experience in neither of these fields, and to basically train them and kickstart them, whether in motorcycles, enduro, or welding, or flat track, or eventually airplanes too. My boyfriend is a pilot. Well, He is a amateur pilot. He likes to fly. And he also involved me in this. And I realized that also aeronautics is another field where there are less women, or where it's kind of hard for women to really find a little group and start to fly. So I decided to combine the two. I realized that there were a lot of women that were missing that spark, just the spark to start riding, but that would have loved it. And I had a lot of friends that just needed that little spark, maybe a little bit of support from the environment around them that they didn't have at the time. So in early 2018, I realized I had promised too many of my girlfriends to let them try my motorcycles. And then at some point in the summertime, when everybody was coming over to my house just for a weekend just to try out, I realized, oh my God, I have like 30 girls coming over, and I'm not even prepared for this. Some of my girlfriends are shorter than me, some others are taller. Like, the motorcycles weren't great for starting to ride. So I decided, well, what if I start organizing a proper weekend so that I can support them better and they can properly learn, and they loved it. So that gave me the energy to really organize something different, and also involve girls that knew how to ride but maybe didn't know mechanics, or knew mechanics and riding but didn't know welding. And so I just kept adding different topics and activities just to keep them entertained for 3 days. So at the bootcamp, we have schools to teach the girls how to weld, how to flat track. We never meant to teach directly to the girls because I think it's very important to learn from somebody who really knows what he's doing, and especially in certain topics, but pretty much in everything in life. So we just basically called the best schools in that field, and we asked them, hey, we have something around 300 girls for that weekend. Do you mind? How much is it? Or do you like to just come and show these girls how to weld? And that worked. And then at some point, because of some media talking about us and more girls enrolled, we had about 550 coming. And it was a nice surprise and a very big success, considering that's basically the first real event open to public. At first, some of the people I was calling or I was trying to involve were like, yeah, sure, you will never get that. Or, yeah, sure, like girls without a motorcycle license, they won't show up, because why should they come to a motorcycle event if they don't even know how the clutch works? But I knew, because I have been to motorcycle events. I love that environment before having my own license, before owning a motorcycle. And I didn't feel very supported in those events, because it was either I was in with my own motorcycle, or either I was just a passenger that shouldn't be considered as a potential rider. So I was never invited really to try and ride to any of these events. And I think, yeah, at the bootcamp is cool that you can do that. I got into photography because I started modeling, and I guess I was surrounded by photographers taking pictures of me, and at some point I just wanted to try out shooting myself, other people. And I bought my first reflex when I was 14, but I didn't really properly use it until I was 18, 19. And then I just started randomly shooting pictures to my friends on road trips, and around my 20s, I started working with this National Geographic photographer, and I was lucky enough to travel with him and have some really nice reportage in India, in Malaysia, and really get much better in a very short time in shooting. And after that, when basically engines, motorcycles, and motorsports really started taking more and more of my time, I just moved my focus and started shooting motorcycles, cars, and friends riding motorcycles. In motorsports photography, I like that you cannot miss that shot, just like as in reportage. That kid is only giving you that look once, and it's the same with motorcycles. You may have 25 laps, but that shot is only once. And I like to challenge and to try different things. I like penning, I like portraits. It just depends on the mood. I just like the brand Harley because for me it's a timeless brand. So when I had to choose where to invest my money and what to ride, I just wanted a timeless piece, just as our Airstreams, and I didn't have many other options really. So that's why I decided to go for it, and I'm happy I did. Actually, I can't wait to be back. And I guess the famous saying, "Loud pipes save lives." That's also a good reason just to go for it. I can see that it didn't change too much in the years. It kept very well the heritage, and I think other brands just somehow forgot or took the style and renew it too much, while Harley had a very strong character, very strong heritage, and it reinvented it nicely without changing it too much. So, and the sound, honestly, for me, it was very liberating because for many years I couldn't have my own because of many reasons. First, business. Then I was living in the city center and didn't have a garage. Second, I was traveling too much. Then I was waiting for too long to have my own motorcycle. And I think if there is someone out there that just would like to try, would like to ride the two wheels, just go buy one and ride it, because the longer you wait, the worse it gets.